Breaking the wall between the human brain and theatre. Jérôme Côté, Neuro-Show, Canada.
Right, thanks for having me. You ready? I'm about to slam my pitch. It's not a glitch and it's not kitsch. They gave me 5 minutes to fill the ditch, to bring down the ridge, to build a bridge. Arts and innovations, overthinking champion, 90 billion neurons, so many connections deserve your attention. As many as at night, stars in the sky will bright. Researchers will partner with patients and doctor to size and decipher the Marvel processor. Today, with no migraine, no shame if you're profane. Together, be humane and discover your brain. Okay, not the entire pitch. Just an introduction in Poetry Slam to tell you a little more about the brain and my project. It's the same motivation that led us to create the Neuro-Show, to transform a complex subject into something accessible, fun, and different, and to break down the wall between neuroscience research and our citizens, young and old, and to initiate a dialogue with them, an exchange. Now let me tell you a little story. Okay. A guy walks into a bar with a friend, and they just finished presenting their science communication activities as part of the International Brain Awareness Week, and they're brainstorming on what to do next. So, after a few beers, they came up with this slightly crazy idea. Dude, I know! Why don't we fill the largest theater in town with a neuroscience show? Yeah, right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, right. I mean, neuroscience is at least as fun as a rock concert or a couple of sex jokes, isn't it? Okay, so we chose to do this using theater. For us scientists, it was a fun and new way to stage our research. However, we had no idea how to put a play together. So we contacted one of the best artistic directors in our region, and together, and I forgot to switch slides, sorry. And together, we created the Neuro-Show. I'm sorry, I'm lost. Together with researchers, patients, clinicians, and graduate students, there we go, we created the Neuro-Show. An original story on the human brain with endearing, funny, and moving characters. But that was mainly to set the table, to start a discussion, because in part 2, following the 1-hour play, our researchers and patients take the stage to answer questions from the audience and discuss the importance of neuroscience research. But there's more. We also give this little book stuffed with scientific information related to the play. Now let me present you a little teaser of the Neuro-Show. I need that video. All right. So on stage, you see half professional actors who had to learn complicated words and explain them, and half scientists who had to take the stage and convincingly deliver 25 pages of text. A great challenge for both parties, and a demonstration that with motivation and curiosity, there's always a way to go a little further. Okay, a scientist likes number, right? So here we go. We presented this show in theaters of Sherbrooke, Quebec City, and Montreal, as well as online and representation specifically for school groups. To date, more than 2,000 people have seen the show. We now have close to 1,000 visits per month on our website, and we received 4 awards. But you know, the impact for me is more than those numbers. It's the kids hugging us after a presentation, saying thank you. It's a family that came to this show and that I see after again and again at other scientific activities we carry out. Sparked interest and passion for science. This is the impact. So what's next? We're working on a light version of the show, something easy to travel and to present in schools for free in our regions and beyond. All the relevance, but with fewer actors and props. Also something we can fit into a toolbox, ready to be delivered to other institutions so they can produce the Neuro-Show for their audience in English, en français, and let's dream in other languages too. Still, what surprises me more about all this? Researchers' engagement, a newly developed arrangement. The Neuro-Show has ignition. They now get in touch with citizens. They share their knowledge. No more blockage. Look at all this. One of them even wrote a book. The Neuro-Show was all it took. Merci.
Thank you so much, Jérôme. I expect all questions to be asked in the poetry slam style as well. So a little extra challenge. All right, do we have questions for Jérôme? Monica.
I'm not going to do poetry slam question. You mentioned patients. Can you talk about how you engage them, how they inform the creation of the show?
Okay, first, we created the story with them. So our artistic director and writer had to meet different groups of patients, clinicians, and researchers to have all the information to create a story. Okay, so that's the first part. And then after, you saw on the slides a picture where our researchers and patients are on stage. So they were invited to discuss with the public about the importance of the research, but of their implication in their research also. So we work closely with a company that's called Patient Partenaire, which is partner patients in research. So that's patient also, our public who works with researchers to develop research project and this specific show.
All the way in the back, because I skipped you last time, Darshana.
I'm just curious to know, how was this project funded, and did you face any challenges in convincing the funders to fund the project?
I have the chance to work at the University of Sherbrooke, and they believe in our projects. So I had a financial support from the university to create this. I also had to go search for more funds from institutions in Sherbrooke, but we were lucky, I guess. The idea is nice, and people trust the project, so they give us money. But in the part of what's next of my pitch, now I'm working to find more dollars to explode this project elsewhere than in Sherbrooke. So that's maybe the hardest part right now. I have two grants applications submitted this summer, and I'm waiting for the answer, but let's cross finger.
Fingers crossed. Emily.
Hi, thank you. So could you tell us a bit more about the two-way and whether the researchers involved in the productions learnt from audiences?
Can you repeat that, please? Sorry.
How did the researchers involved listen and learn from the audience who participated?
Okay, well, they participated in the creation of the show, so that's the first part. They shared their ideas and their research, and then it inspires the story. And then after, they came on stage to answer questions, and that's the part I think that gave them the spark to continue to do science communication after. I mentioned the book, but I've been working in science communication for like 6 or 7 years right now, and at the beginning it was kind of hard to convince the researchers to participate and to get out of their lab. And now it's so easy to say yes all the time, and they're happy to do it. They're not always good, but that doesn't matter. They experience, they learn, and yeah, so would be my answer.
Thank you so much, Jérôme.
Thank you.